Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for your latest Manchester United breaking news. Jason Wilcox to Manchester United. Will it happen? Well, look, we're going to dive into the news that has come out today from David Ornstein and a slight bit about from Romano and Alex Crook. Before we get to the video, please like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on the news, and please follow our socials as well. You can see the two main ones there in YouTube and Twitter. Be much appreciated if you could go on over there and follow them socials. So yeah, we spoke about Dan Ashworth yesterday, didn't we? We spoke about. I feel like we spoke about Ratcliffe on Tuesday. Dan Ashworth Wednesday. Jason Wilcox Thursday. What's Friday? I don't know. I mean, look, listen, it's going to be interesting to see now. You know, I did say, I called it when that confirmation from the Prem gets confirmed, they're going to swing in. And let's be honest, even before it was confirmed from the Prem and approved, whatever, he was still doing bits. So, yeah. But God, it feels very awkward with this new background. I was about to press another photo, but I realised I don't have to do that anymore. But look, listen, it's gonna be interesting to see what we jump into. So let's jump into the bit news from David Ornstein. So David Ornstein has said Manchester United are working on a deal to appoint Jason Wilcox to a senior post in the new setup. Man United are yet to approach Southampton for the highly rated director of football, but Jason Wilcox is aware of the interest. The job will report into the sporting director. Jason Wilcox resigned as Manchester City Academy Director in January 2023. Ahead of his move to Southampton, Man City were keen to keep Wilcox and made an offer for him to stay, but he chose to end his 9-year stay at Man City. Dave Ronstein also said Jason Wilcox could arrive at Manchester United before Dan Ashworth. Now, that I look at the could arrive before Dan Ashworth as you know, whoa. Because I expected Dan Ashworth to come in before, you know, anyone else. But look, you know, it's going to be interesting. And David Ornstein is a very legit person when it comes to news regarding any club, not just Manchester United. And look, I don't know a whole lot about this Jason Wilcox guy. What I can say is, what I've seen from Fabrizio Romano is Jason Wilcox is credited with the developing of Phil Foden, Lavia, Sancho, Palmer, Brahim, Adozi, Delap, Lewis, Wilson, Esbrand, Bino, Gittins, and McAtee. Now, Foden, decent. Sancho, look, he's not a bad player. Lavia, okay. Palmer, doing well at Chelsea. Brahim, is that the Brahim at Real Madrid? I could be wrong. But you do have a player named Brahim, and I could be a different person, but same name. Delap. Look, listen. He looks like he can do the job as well with the developing. And look, Manchester United's main issue, I feel like over the last number of years, chunky years, everyone is say, has been with the youth, with developing, with looking into who else. You know, we don't always have to look into big name players. You know, I'll give you an example, actually, funny enough. You look at Tottenham, for example, right? You know, Tottenham, don't take a lot out of it, but look at them. You can look at Chelsea if you want, but Tottenham, because they're in a better position than Chelsea at the moment, you know, they didn't bring in high-profile players, did they? I mean, Van de Ven, you know, Vicario, all right, we knew who he was, but still, you know, a high-profile. Again, Van de Ven, Udogi, obviously, all right, James Maddison, decent player, but he wasn't. You wouldn't have said he's up there with your Bruno Fernandez's or your Kevin De Bruyne's or your, you know, even your, I don't know, whoever else you want to go up there. Your Odegaards, and you know, we have to look at that as well. I know Manchester United aren't really the kind of team. You know, you look at the Busby Babes, you look at the youth, you look at what's going on at Manchester United now with Rasmus Højlund, Kobe Manu, and Garnacho. Rashford came through academy. Yeah, okay, Rashford's. But I feel like I wouldn't mind just looking into developing more. Like let's look at again. I hate Manchester City with an absolute passion. We seem to be robbing Laura at that boys, don't we? Really, I know he's not at City now, but you Pep Guardiola before we know it. Phil Foden, okay. Out of those, I can look at Phil Foden a lot more. Okay. Sancho, yeah, right. When he was at Dortmund, he was doing well, wasn't he? He's doing well at Dortmund now. Lavia, if that's the Lavia at Chelsea, look at what he's doing at Southampton, and now with Chelsea. I think he's injured. Palmer doing well at Chelsea. Raheem again. I think he's at Real Madrid. Again, I do know Delap and McAtee on loan at Sheffield. They're not a bad old bunch. The ones that he's kind of had a good work with is Foden, Sancho, Palmer, McAtee getting there, still a young lad. And we'll even throw Lavia in, we'll even throw Lavia in. And we think Liverpool interested in him as well, went to Chelsea. Again, I could be on about the wrong Lavia here. I am actually, because I think I'm on about, there's, I'll actually have a look, because there's a lot of interesting things in Manchester United, and I feel like a lot of our fans, especially a lot of my United fans, would be looking at the youth. Yeah, Lavia. I'm on about the Lavia. I'm on Sitze. I was right. I would. Don't know why I keep questioning my knowledge. That's what you do. But yeah, again, look, listen, if he comes in, I'm not gonna, jump all over the house with joy. I'll just be like, right, another person who Ratcliffe rates, who thinks he can do a job developing, sporting director. He could arrive at Manchester United before Dan Ashworth. Again, let's look at the Manchester United structure at the moment. You have the Glazers are still there, unfortunately. But you have, let's move the Glazers. You have Sergeant Ratcliffe, then you have Dave Brailsford, then you have Jean-Claude Blanc, Omar Barada, a potential Dan Ashworth. I'd imagine he'd be in soon. And then a Jason Wilcox. And then you obviously have Eric Ten Hag as Manchester United manager. That's not bad. And like I keep saying, the reasons why other teams in the world, like your Man Cities and even your Liverpools and Real Madrids and whatever, the reason why they're so successful on the pitch is because the people off the pitch expertise are good. You look at Brighton, for example, look at their develop. I feel like a Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox would actually work well together. You look at what Dan Ashworth done with Newcastle and Brighton. He brought in. I'm going to try and. I'm not going to. Hopefully, I don't get some of the players wrong. I won't get them all, but Lamptey, McAllister, Mitoma. I'm already missing a few players. Casado. He has brought in a few other decent players as well. I'll give it to the man. Newcastle, Nick Pope, Botman, Tonali, Gordon, Isak. I'm not sure whether he was there, but maybe he was there when they brought in Trippier and Bruno Guimaraes. But look, I could, if he even take the players that I just mentioned out of that, Bruno Guimaraes, a player who I think it's not bad. Now Jason Wilcox could come in and look, he seems to have the experience. I know he's an ex-City man and, ex-City academy director. Again, is he going to come in to be academy director? We'll find out. I mean, even you just don't know where the things about with Jim Ratcliffe is when he brings people in, you're like, well, he meant to do this, but what will he do? It's just how it is with Sir Jim. But you'd imagine you won't be messing around with your Dan Ashworth if he comes in and Jason Wilcox as well. And again, let us know in the comments below. Jason Wilcox, do you know anything about him? If you know more than me, I know a bit about him, but not a total lot. Again, don't worry when will Manchester United have everything in place. I want to do a video on the structure. I'll even throw Ten Hag in there. A video about Sir Jim, Brailsford, Barada, Dinkel Blanc, and then if Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox and whoever else comes in behind them as well. We may do separate videos here, but look, we'll get there in the end. But look, it's a video I definitely wanted to do. And I'll be honest with you, it's a video I've always wanted to do as well. But look, it's going to be interesting to see now what happens. When you have David Ornstein coming out, and even Alex Crooks said Jason Wilcox is keen to move to Manchester United. I'm going to give it to Sir Jim Ratcliffe when he came in. I don't think many expected him to do business very quietly and very quickly. He got rid of Richard Arnold. It'd be great if we could get rid of the Glazers 100%. What's next with John Morta? I'm personally very surprised if he keeps John Morta. If anything, he might keep him for the summer, but I'd be shipping him off as quick as possible. But look, Jason Wilcox, it's going to be interesting to see now. Will he come to Manchester United? I'm sure this will be like Dan Ashworth. You'll hear yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. At Manchester United at the moment, there's a lot of news regarding, the ownership and who else is going to come in, who else is going to go. Then you're looking at players as well. But look, hopefully the future of Manchester United is looking bright. This summer coming, 2024, is going to be an interesting one with Manchester United. I'm looking forward to it as well. Hopefully it's a good summer. Hopefully we get rid of a lot and bring in a lot of players as well. The right players, the right way, and same with selling. But look, that's been a bit of breaking. Well, not a bit of breaking news. A bit of latest Manchester United news regarding Jason Wilcox. Look, tomorrow I'm going to be sitting here talking about Paul Mitchell. We don't know what's going to happen. But look, that's been my reaction. That's been my thoughts. That's been giving you update to the news. Let us know your thoughts on news in the comment section below. And look, if you know a lot more about Jason Wilcox, by all means, throw it in the comments and we'll get back to you. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. Much appreciated. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.